What's up, guys? A-Rated Gamer here, back with another video. This is gaming news, April the 8th, 2017. Long time since I've done this, probably since December. But we have a lot of interesting stories that I'd like to go over, and I think that you'll be shocked by some of these stories. So, first story, which I think most of you have already heard about, is about the new Titan XP from Nvidia. And apparently this card is going to be the official Titan XP, because the old Titan X, which was apparently the Pascal generation, it was just called the Titan X, but most people called it unofficially the Titan XP. Apparently that card was actually underperforming compared to the 1080 Ti, which came out a few months ago, which is just over half of the price of a full price Titan X, which is $1,200, whereas 1080 Ti is $700. Okay. That is very interesting. Well, now they're coming out with a new Titan XP, and that's what they're calling it officially, the Titan XP, capital X, lowercase p, and a lot of people are upset, especially those who bought the Titan X when it came out, which was very shortly after Pascal generation was launched, and when the 1080 and 1070 were launched, very shortly after that. Well, people are getting angry, and a lot of YouTubers that cover PC gaming are raging and ranting over the stupidity of Nvidia, saying if they wanted to release a Titan XP, an official Titan XP, they should have not released the first one and waited to release this one. And many are also upset because the 1080 Ti was designed, yet failed. It was designed to underperform the Titan XP original XP, the unofficial XP. I'll just call the new one Titan XP and the old one Titan X Pascal. So the Titan X Pascal underperforms the 1080 Ti. The Titan XP outperforms both the 1080 Ti and the Titan Pascal. And everyone is upset. And people are like, Nvidia, what are you doing? And I'm just sitting here like, I bought my RX 480 day one. Nice budget graphics card, in my opinion. Still got all the performance I needed. I won't be upgrading anytime soon, unless Vega blows everything out of the water. Then maybe I'll buy something related to Vega. Other than that, I will not be upgrading anytime soon, unless it's related to hard drive. Anyway, that's another topic. So that's our first story. Nvidia done goofed it up. Major. Okay, that's a pretty big story for the PC guys, PC dudes. And here's another story for the PC dudes. Don't worry, we'll be coming to your consoles, you console fans, pretty soon. So our next story is about, of course, Gearbox G2A. Now, many people consider G2A to be a shady website. I don't. I've bought a lot of things from G2A, and I don't really remember if I get the shield. I'm pretty sure I always get the shield, just in case, because it's only like $1 extra. But I get a lot of things from G2A because I really can't afford to pay full price for PC games all the time. And I don't feel like waiting till the Steam sales either. Don't worry, I have bought stuff in Steam sales, but I don't feel like waiting for them like once every year or twice every year. Winter and summer sale. That's pretty much it. Speaking of, summer sales coming up very soon. Watch out for that. I'm really excited. Anyway, getting off track. So G2A is known as a shady website, I guess. I've never had a problem with them. Knock on wood. I will continue to be giving them my money because it is the cheaper alternative. And it's legal. I will not pirate anything because that's just asking to get some viruses and to have the FBI knocking on your door. And I have also heard that your IPS, or ISP, excuse me, will cut off your internet speed, will slow you down if they catch you pirating anything. So, this is the cheapest alternative other than pirating. I'm not going to pirate anything, so this is what I got to do, G2A. And I like their service, I like their website, and Gearbox is releasing a sort of new game. It really isn't. It's more of a reboot of one of their previous games, Bulletstorm. I heard of the old game. I never played it though. So they're rebooting Bulletstorm, calling it the Full Clip Edition, and they had a deal with G2A to have it exclusively on G2A.com for PC users. I don't know how that was gonna work out with the pricing or anything, but basically, Gearbox pulled out of the deal and challenged G2A to fix a lot of their issues. And they're giving them 30 days to make G2A Shield free. I love that idea. I mean, I've probably only spent maybe $5, $10 on G2A Shield leading up altogether, which isn't a whole lot. But, you know, any dollar saved here and there is a lot better. Now they have to do that within 30 days. And then within 90 days, G2A has to open up a web service to certified developers and publishers in order to search for and flag fraudulent games or fraudulent sales. Basically, they've been having issues with people buying a mass stock of games, mass stock of keys with credit card frauds, false credit cards. Basically, identity theft, and they've been stealing credit cards and buying things with them. So in 90 days, they have to establish a web service, and it'll be free of charge. And then in 60 days, G2A has to make a public commitment to implement throttling for non-certified developers and publishers, and make a better fraud flagging process, and is to protect people or developers from selling mass keys and being ripped off for it. And within 30 days, G2A has to restructure its payment system so sellers who are legitimate are able to sell those keys much easier than they are currently, and there are no hidden charges. I think that Gearbox, this is a brilliant idea. I don't think they should have gone into the deal and then pulled out without doing the research. And I hope this comes to fruition. I hope G2A does revamp its site, because I feel like all these changes are positive, and I honestly don't think any one of them could be negative getting the fraudulent sellers off the site, making the site a whole lot more reliable, and G2A Shield is free, I think that's a wonderful idea, and personally I support Gearbox 100%. Now, I'm not going to buy Bulletstorm because, well, it's not on G2A right now, and obviously it's not on G2A because they pulled out of the deal, and it's like $60 on Steam. Let me confirm that. I think it's $60. Come on, Steam. Come on. Alright. Bulletstorm is $50. Sorry, $10 less. It's not a whole lot. Bulletstorm is $50. Still not going to buy it. Maybe I'll pick it up in the summer sale. Maybe. Keyword maybe. The summer sale's not for like 2 more months. So I'm going to hold off on it right now. Plus I'm going to wait for the reviews to come in. So I'm not paying $50 for a crappy game that I don't even really want at this point. That's the honest truth. I'm getting off track again. Third and final story is dedicated to you console buffs, especially the Xbox guys. Digital Foundry wrote an article and made a video. I'm not sure if they made a video. I know they wrote an article on the Xbox Scorpio after visiting Microsoft for a tech demo. They made a video on it, but it was just a podcast. But they made a lot of videos on it. Okay. So, basically they visited Microsoft offices, did a tech demo, found out all the specs, did not find out how much it was going to cost. And basically they're coming back with this news. So the news is like a mini news story and a big news story molded into one. So the first, I'll start out with the mini one because it's quick. The Kinect will not be natively supported on the Xbox Scorpio, which isn't really a surprise because no one uses the Kinect. Although people really want a Kinect adapter, or excuse me, there is an adapter that you can plug into your Scorpio to use, but people want the port built into the Scorpio to make it a whole lot easier. And it has like 1,000 signatures for a petition on Microsoft's website, or upvotes, 953 to be exact. But I don't think Microsoft's going to change anything this late in the game. I mean, they're coming out with their console. Realistically, I'm going to say 6 months. If we want to be pessimistic, I'll say 8 months. And if we want to be, optimistic, I'll say they might be coming out with it in September. I doubt that, but who knows? So yeah, that's basically all there is with the Kinect. People want it built into the system. Microsoft's not going to do it because they're the vast minority, and not many people cater to minorities. Unfortunately, that did not mean to sound like discriminatory, but you know what I mean. Not social minorities. I'm talking like technological minorities. I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. And minorities in terms of consumers. So like people who still use a flip phone. That would be a technological minority. Anyway, so the Project Scorpio specs were revealed, and I really was not paying attention, but the specs are impressive according to many different websites, although this website I'm looking at is MSN, which is really, really biased because it's a Microsoft website. But they do have the specs listed here, so I'll just leave it up to you to decide if they're impressive and I'll compare them with other consoles, including the Xbox One and PS4 Pro. So the CPU is going to have 8 custom x86 cores clocked at 2.3 gigahertz, whereas the Xbox One had 8 custom Jaguar cores clocked at 1.75 gigahertz, and the PS4 Pro has 8 Jaguar cores clocked at 2.1 gigahertz. The GPU has 40 customized compute units at 1172 megahertz, whereas the Xbox One had 12 gaming custom GCN compute units at 853 megahertz. The Xbox One S had 914 megahertz, and the PS4 Pro had 36 improved GCN compute units at 911 megahertz, 911. And for RAM, 12 gigabytes GDDR5, whereas the Xbox One was 8 gigabytes GDDR3 and 32 megabytes ESRAM, and PS4 Pro is 8 gigabytes GDDR5. Memory bandwidth is 326 gigabyte a second. The PS4 Pro is 218 gigabyte a second, and the Xbox One is 68 gigabyte a second for DDR3. ESRAM is at 204 gigabytes per second, and Xbox One is 219 gigabytes per second. Hard drive is a terabyte. Good. Should be no less. And you know what the variations were for the other ones. 500 gig, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte for Xbox One, 1 terabyte for PS4 Pro. And the optical drive will be 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, whereas the original Xbox One and Blu-ray does the PS4 Pro, and the Xbox One S is 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. So, basically, this console is very, very, very loaded. It is very loaded with a lot of good looking specs that rivals a gaming PC at the same price, which I'm expecting. I think it'll be in the range of $450 to $550. But it rivals prices of gaming PCs for those. But expect me to do a Xbox Scorpio killer. That won't be what it's called when I do it, because it'll be after E3 when I do the video, because they'll have announced the price and the official name, and I'll just get right to work in terms of, you know, making a PC part picker list and showing it to you guys, and I wouldn't be building it. And that's pretty much it for this news video. So to recap, Scorpio, Titan XP, Gearbox versus G2A. Some of the news stories were found on Review Tech USA's channel, so shout out to him. If you've never heard of him, go give him a view. Doubt you've ever not heard of me because, or not heard of him, because he absolutely destroys my sub count. In fact, it is 7,672 times better, or larger, than my sub count, which is huge. He has 600,000 subscribers. I have 80. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Go check Review Tech USA out if you haven't heard of them. Doubt you have, like I said. Or doubt you haven't. And leave a like on the video. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm not out of the game yet. Peace.